Hey guys, I'm just going to talk you through setting up your artwork for flatbed printing or any printing where you need a custom shape. So when setting up your artwork, before you start doing anything, you want to import it into Adobe Illustrator. A lot of customers will want to use InDesign or Photoshop, but when you need a custom shape and you want it print and cut properly, it has to be imported into Illustrator for that. InDesign works great with templates and mocking up sort of rectangular artwork, but it doesn't cope too well with the shapes and it doesn't interact well for our equipment because it's not designed for that. Also, Photoshop's great for touching up images and doing fixes that you can't do in Illustrator. However, to get the final step right, you'll need to bring it into Illustrator to fix it. So first, I've got this file open in my Adobe Illustrator. I've got a cut line and some artwork that I've grabbed. If I wanted to cut around this printer, for example, I'd need to have bleed. So this is my cut line here as well. So ideally, this artwork here, I've just done a rectangle with rounded corners just to show what we need done. If this had a background color, I'd want a few mil bleed outside of this cut line, so at least 2 to 3 mil on each edge. Secondly, as well, if I had text on here, for example, I had just test text, I'd want my fonts converted to outlines. So create outlines and have it like that, so when it gets imported, there's no issues in bringing it in. Now this is all on one layer, so if you look at this box here, if you don't have it open in your Illustrator, you can go to Window and make sure your layers is set. What you can do now is select, I'd rename this layer to artwork, just to make it easy to sort of read. This cut line here, what we need to do here is create a new layer, which I'm going to put to the bottom. I want to put it underneath my artwork, so potentially it's not visible. And it has to be spelled thru-cut with a hyphen, but it has to be spelled exactly like this: capital T, small h, r, u, hyphen, cut. So exactly like I'm going to hit enter. The next thing I'm going to do is move my cut line to this layer, so it's underneath. The final thing I need to do is also change the color of my cut line. So at the moment it's red. I want to change this to white. The reason for this is when we're printing the artwork, we'll actually print all the layers. So in this area where it's white, even though the cut line is underneath, you can't see it here, there's actually white space. Our printer doesn't print white unless we specify it with a different sort of setting, which is a different kind of product and video. But if you can see, if I take the artwork layer away, the cut line's still here. So if I still had it as red, this would actually print red. And if the cut's not millimeter perfect, you'll actually see red. So what I'm going to do is make that white. Cool. So now I've got both my layers visible. I've got my artwork layer. I've got a thru-cut spell, capital T, small h, r, u hyphen cut. It's a white stroke on here as well. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to save this as a PDF. If you've got multiple artworks as well, please do this for every artwork. What you want to do as well is when you save this artwork, what you're going to save it as a PDF. It's always a good idea as well. We like to name our files with the size. So for example, this is a meter by 500 mil, for example, and quantity of say 4. If you've got multi artworks, do it exactly like this for each artwork, as we work off the file names predominantly, so we'll get the size and the quantities off there, so it reduces any possible issues or errors. So I'll hit save on that. Cool. Alright, thanks for listening into this video, and hopefully this allows you to set up your files correctly for us.